Welcome back to the Outer Worlds. Last video, we did a run through, what does this say? No night without stars. Oh, I must have reached a certain level because the DLC kicked in. Huh, interesting. Anyway, we made it to Monarch. And we ran the gauntlet from Cascadia to, let's see, what was the other place? Stellar Bay. From Cascadia to Stellar Bay through all of the frickin' monsters and everything. All of the Manta Queens. I was really surprised how many there were. I guess when you're fighting them one at a time, you don't see how many there are, but man, you're running from them. And speaking of running, I wanted to set my, let's see, the run control took on instead of, I want to set it to a toggle because I couldn't keep running. Let's see, how do you set gameplay? It must be gameplay. Here it is. There's a thing to set it. You can set it to a toggle somewhere here. Controls. I don't think it's in this. This doesn't do anything for you, does it? Let's see. No. I know I saw it before, and I'll never find it again now, probably. Auto sprint. There it is, dumbass. Enable controller auto sprint to be able to sprint without needing to hold the control stick forward. Double click the sprint button to activate controller auto sprint. Press it once to deactivate. Let's try that. Oh yeah. Much better. Okay. I don't have to hold it then. Okay, so we're back here at the Groundbreaker, which is where I said I was going to be. I came back here to do some shopping. And I got my suit fixed up, my stealth suit. So now we have stealth skills +5. We have a stealth kit +5, gives me more stealth. And we have Nightingale step on here. Interesting fact, when I put the Nightingale step on, it lowered my armor by 3, from 15 to 12. I don't know why, but it did. And then I was able to tinker the armor back up to 17, so I don't know, it's crazy. And I want to say that I tinkered some more weapons. Well, it's pretty funny because this weapon here, I was tinkering it, and the damage was at 115, and I couldn't figure out why the damage was at 115. It was nuts. Then I looked down at the bottom, and the condition was at 20%. So I was like, okay. And the condition is still low on that, 95.3. I don't get it. It should be at 100%. I mean, it should be at 100%. It's at 95. Let's fix it. It only costs 4. And it won't die on me again. Man, I swear I repaired all of these. Either that or it didn't save them or something. Because it's so cheap to repair these things. Just keep them repaired. And then this is at 97. Okay, we're good now. Okay, sorry. We are here to talk to Lilia Hagen. of Sublight because now we have access to Stellar Bay. And let's see, Lily is all the way at the back of this place, isn't she? Okay, so running still is kind of wonky. Get away.
Have you seen this man? Reward offers.
Let's see, where's Sublight? There it is. You can't touch that stick at all. As soon as you touch the stick, it turns it off. Okay, I got it now. Talk to Lily again. See what she's got going. I think I know what she's got going, but I'm not going to say because I could be wrong, as I have been many times already. She just sits at this desk all the time.
You weren't followed, were you? I hope not.
My ship can fly into Stellar Bay. Is that a job still up for grabs? I have more questions about sublights.
Sure is. Welcome aboard, Contractor. One of my guys in Stellar Bay has a lead on some high-grade salvage, but he went dark before he could spill the goods. We arranged a drop at the Saltuna warehouse's loading dock. Find whatever he left there and take it to Fallbrook. My gal Catherine will be expecting you.
Okay, Fallbrook is good. I'll take the job. What's Sublight doing at Fallbrook? What kind of salvage are we looking for? Not interested in the moment at the moment. Let's look at this one here.
When the board pulled out of Monarch, they buried or sealed anything they couldn't carry off-world. Apparently, one of Catherine's teams uncovered an abandoned lab with full tanks of Alta Vitae gas.
Okay, so what is that exactly?
It's exactly 1 million bits per cubic meter. Before you get too excited, the only thing rarer than Alta Vitae gas is a reliable buyer. Dangerous stuff. Acid for the nucleon in your cells.
Nice.
It's no good to anyone outside of a lab.
So what's Sublight doing in Fallbrook?
A few of my contractors run flights in there and out again, working around the board embargo. We keep the community lubricated with a steady supply of booze and unconventional erotica. The Xantium kids with more money than sense can thank Sublight for their good time.
Why do you need me if you already have people on the ground? How unconventional.
One of my guys filmed a Raptagon grinding on an automech. Didn't end well for anyone, including the cameraman.
Let's see, I want to ask the other question again.
A few of my contractors run flights in there and out again, working around the board embargo. We keep the community lubricated with a steady supply of booze and unconventional erotica.
Okay, so that's not going to go back to the other
kids
one.
with more money than sense can thank Sublight for their good time.
Alright, we'll take a
Now,
job.
get going. Catherine will brief you on the details when you check in with her at Fallbrook. One last thing. When you're on the job, keep a pair of eyes in the back of your head. Understood?
Anything else I should know about Monarch?
Few laws and even fewer people to enforce them. If you're working for the right side, it's a fucking paradise. You'll do fine. Probably nothing to worry about. Probably.
Alright, so the thing about Fallbrook is we have to get another data pad from someone in Fallbrook. We have to find Hawthorne. It says Hawthorne Sherrill mentioned sourcing black market vendors on Groundbreaker and Fallbrook. Apparently he had success in the past finding rare items using such sources. Purchasing old logs or data archives from these vendors might lead to clues about where to find more of the powerful science weapons. So there's someone in Fallbrook that has another data pad we could use. So we need to go to Stellar Bay. We now have that. A faction quest. Oh, this is a fact. Okay. Retrieve the mining passcode. I think that gets a little messy, but we're gonna go do it anyway. What the hey? let's what is my carry weight looking like? We're good. 'Cause I also dumped off a bunch of weapons in my locker, all of those science weapons that I had, the pistols. Not crazy about them right now. And I have the light pistol Mark II, which has bleed damage. I want to put a plasma mag to power on there. Let's go back to the ship. We'll just fast travel back to the ship instead of run. Here we go. Go right here. Now let's look at something real quick. Well, let's see if we got any mag to powers first. I think we do. We should have. I need to put all this stuff down there by the workbench. If there's a little locker down there somewhere, it'd be nice. It's just nice and simple right here. Alright, mag. What's this one? Magnum. Mag to zap. This must be mag to power, huh? Alright, let's grab that. Yeah, running still a little wonky like that. I gotta get used to it. Alright. So let's mod this for bleed. Stick this on it. And then have I tinkered this up? Doesn't look like I have. Oh, yeah, I guess I have. We're at level 20. I can tinker it once more. Sure, why not? Alright, so that gives us that thing. Let's, we gotta go back to Stellar Bay now. And we'll kick off some stuff over there.
Dirty, autonomous digital astrogator, Sam. I haven't cleaned my internals in ages. Can you hardly process the sheer quantity of dust built up in there? Tell me you've seen worse. We'll continue this later.
Alright, let's go to Monarch. So now we have 2 landing pads at Monarch. Stellar Bay and Cascadia. We're going to go to Stellar Bay this time.
We are now in orbit above Stellar Bay, Captain. No blockade is a match for my piloting skills.
So, this is going to be probably a dialogue-heavy video because we're going to go through this place and pick up a couple side quests and talk to the locals and try to manage the dialogue. We'll see, because there's lots of dialogue. So, here we go. Alright, get rid of the weapons. We don't need weapons. Let's put on my how do you do suit, which will be, let me see, dialogue skills. Not lie. Let's go with persuade, maybe. Not intimidate. Persuade. Let's do that one. Okay. Alright, we're going to start with the guy at the bottom. Now you got to watch this thing, because I've walked off this thing before because it's not here sometimes. We're going to talk to this guy, the meet and greet guy. He's going to set us off on other stuff, but we'll talk to him first.
Don't think I've seen you around. That means you must be new to Stellar Bay. You are new here, right?
Whatever. I'm not here for chit-chat. You seem surprised. Well, that is my ship on the landing pad right next to you. I like that one.
I knew it. See, I made what you'd call a logical deduction. You must have seen those UDL gunships on your way in. There's only 3 of them these days. Still, they tend to scare folk off.
What are they doing here? Takes more than a few gunships to scare me. Let's go with what are they doing here?
You may not have heard, you being new, but Stellar Bay hardly ever gets off-road traffic. Us being cut off by the board and all. Which means I never get to do this part, but I've been practicing, so here goes. On behalf of Monarch Stellar Industries, welcome to Stellar Bay. home of the freshest sow tuna in Halcyon. Please state your name for the records.
Me? I'm Alex Hawthorne. I prefer to travel discreetly, if you know what I mean. Yeah, let's go with this one.
Swell. There's one for the logs. I'm even gonna give you your own entry code. I'm not supposed to do that. It's against procedure, but Mr. Sanjar isn't so strict about the rules here. Besides, I got a lot of empty entries to fill.
Is Stellar Bay that isolated? You're not what I expected to find on Monarch. Let me have a quick look around. Let's do this one.
We don't get ship traffic in town. Only off-roaders who do make it out here are Sublight. They got a base in Fallbrook. And thank the stars for them, or we would have run out of Rizzo's Purple Berry Crunch years ago.
You're not what I expected.
That'll just make Mr. Sanjar's day if you tell him. The board makes up lots of nasty stories about raptidons and cannibals and whatnot. But that's all outside our walls. Mostly.
Are you saying the board's been lying about this place?
Oh, sure. They make Stellar Bay sound like a rotten place, but it's not so bad. Get a good breeze going, and the sulfur smell mostly covers up the fishy smell. Anyway, Mr. Sanjar's got lots to say on that subject. Kinda goes over my head, though.
Alright, let's go talk to Mr. Sanjar.
Mr. Sanjar will be mighty pleased to meet you. If you see him over at headquarters, maybe you could tell him I did a bang-up job of welcoming you?
Sure.
Oh, and if you're headed that way, maybe you could do me a favor?
Depends what it is.
I got this Rizzo's Rangers tossball poster coming in on the next Sublight shipment, signed by the Black Hole himself. Only I haven't heard anything in a while. You think you could check with Celia to see if it's come in?
What's the black hole? I like that. So this sounds pretty valuable.
I couldn't really say. I'm just a fan of the game. But the fancy collector types say the more people see these things, the less valuable they are. And I figure my poster's been passed around by more than a few people by now.
What's a black hole?
That's Bertie Holcomb. Only one of the greatest tossball hackers ever. Everyone's heard of him, even on Monarch. We still get some of the games. You been living in a sulfur pit or something?
Actually, I've been in hibernation for decades. Why is he called the black hole? I like that.
On account of him being the best hacker who ever played, nothing gets by him. He sucks up every ball that comes his way.
Okay, that's all I ever need to hear about that subject. Maybe word that
Holcomb's
differently.
had a lot of nicknames over his career. He used to be the tallywhacker on account of what he do to the score.
The tallywhacker.
Before that, he was a slick stick, because his shots were always so smooth.
Let's talk about this ever again.
Whatever you say, I could talk tossball for hours.
Alright, we'll look at it. We'll look at your poster.
Thanks a bunch. Celia works for Mr. Sanjar in the MSI building next to the bar. She's always there, so you can't miss her.
Alright, so let's go talk to, let's see, is he on here? Sanjar? He's the man. Let's see, side quest, search for clues, talk with Celia. Let's go talk to Sanjar. He's the head of the outfit here. Let's see. Okay, that's not working. Sorry. I thought that would work, but it just doesn't do it. Not graphics, audio controls. This ain't gonna cut it. It's too whacked out. I can just push it and hold it, let go of it, and it works. Okay. Alright, where is the...
Please, will someone help me? My boy's in trouble.
We'll get to her. Her quest is in the same place we're going. This guy, here he is over here. Let's do a quickie. Just in case.
Could
Sanjar.
I get another advance, Mr. Nandi?
Just make sure it's properly logged.
I'll note it next to the others, sir.
Celia. Let's talk to Sanji.
Well, new business turns up at last. Celia, didn't I tell you our new statistics-based advertising model would be a hit?
That you did, sir.
How can yield improvements of 26.7% not quicken the pulse? How can 32% cost savings not moisten the loins?
You've often posed these very questions.
Clear my schedule. This newcomer has a meeting with me.
No, you have a meeting with me.
Did you hear that power play, Celia? They don't make them like this anymore in Halcyon. I only hope you don't judge me by my handshake. Now, what business brings you here?
I'm looking for the information broker. Me? I'm charting my own path, going where the wind takes me. Let's look at the information broker. Let's see what that is.
Hiram? Why, he's probably still out at Devil's Peak. Not that he's had the courtesy to notify me, at any rate. But if you're here for him, I suppose that means you aren't here for Saltuna.
Could always be both, but afraid not. If I have to eat one more weird science project passed off as food in this Spratfuck colony, I'm going to stab someone. Just tell me how to find the broker. I don't know how we got to the broker. I must have passed up something somewhere. Could be both.
Now, there's no need to humor me. I'm used to this particular letdown. I had hoped that livening up our advertisements with enticing figures would draw the other corporations back to our bosom, but it seems we're back to the drawing board.
What exactly are you hoping to accomplish? If you're free of the other corporations, why would you want to bring them back? No problem, I've got other concerns. Tell me about it some other time. Let's see, what exactly are you hoping to accomplish?
Thanks to the so-called hazard clause, Monarch has been cut off from the board's resources and protection for 10 years now. Now, we've kept ourselves in business by trading with individual corporations, but given the off-the-books nature of those transactions, such arrangements are precarious.
And you're tired of scraping and scraping by, that's it? Sounds like you're freer than anyone else in Halcyon. Why not embrace it?
You talk like Graham.
Freedom always sounds nice, doesn't it? It makes a rather pretty slogan. But if you sit down and tally up the costs, how you provide for yourself in the absence of aid, how you protect yourself from a hostile galaxy, it starts to lose its shine.
So what do you mean to do about it? You make a good point. So what do you mean to do about it? And it's a coward's answer. Let's do this one here.
Well, Mr. Nandi here has a rather ingenious plan to get MSI restored to the board.
On our terms, mind you.
And if our advertising scheme hasn't borne fruit, then perhaps it's time we took matters into our own hands.
The lady knows what's going on.
It's true, our Celia is an alarmingly competent middle manager. At any other company, she'd be wasted in data entry. The plan she refers to is a two-pronged approach, and the first part involves seeing Stellar Bay properly defended.
Fine. But how do you mean to do that? And how long did it take you to figure that you need to defend your city? Let's do this one.
With a Bolt 52 cartridge, of course. If you can get us what we need to rejoin the board, starting the Bolt 52, we'll be able to become one of the most productive and secure cities in Halcyon.
And you'll have a powerful ally on the board.
This Bolt 52 sounds useful. What is it?
Why, one of the strongest defenses in Halcyon. An extremely powerful ordnance.
What's the other part of the plan? Once you have this.
I'll need to gather some supplemental materials, but I mustn't get ahead of myself.
You do tend to do that.
The Bolt 52 will be in the old arms building southwest of town, which used to be part of Stellar Bay before we had to move our walls in. And these days, it's overrun with marauders and raptidons.
Then I guess I'll get your Bolt 52.
Do be careful. I've lost more than a few people to marauders and raptidons out there. Oh, and while you're at it, there should be a terminal in the arms building with some dangerous information. Perhaps you could delete it so it doesn't fall into the wrong hands. What can I do for you?
I met Grimm, the landing pod guard. I have questions about MSI. Another good day. Okay, I met this guy.
I see. And was his delivery of the MSI authorized greeting up to snuff?
He did a bang-up job.
Well, that's excellent. I'll see that your feedback makes it into his review. What else can I do for you?
That's it. All right, let's talk to her. Right, I think she's the person that has the map. Right? I Grim tomorrow. Check with Celia. Celia.
Greetings, and welcome to Monarch Stellar Industries, producers and purveyors of the finest salt tuna in Halcyon.
Yeah.
What can I do for you today?
What was that exchange about? You having any money? You having money trouble? Grim asked me to check with you about his tossball poster. You having money trouble?
Not at all. Mr. Nandi treats us all right and pays us well. I just spent most of my paycheck on Raptidon acid.
Well, that was stupid. Do you normally blow your money on Raptidon parts?
Laws, no. Sometimes it's canid teeth, or mantis worm wings. Whatever Sebastian has in stock, really.
Why are you buying so much from Sebastian? If you've got that money to spend, then I've got some trash to sell you.
So I can talk to him, of course. He doesn't get going about much else. Sort of the strong, silent type. Unfortunately, my apartment's kind of filling up with his stuff. And some of the neighbors are complaining about the smell.
Yeah, we could talk to him for you.
Did you? I'd appreciate that so much. Maybe don't tell him I wanted you to ask. Just that you met this really nice lady named Celia, and she seemed... Oh, Mr. Nandi's doing that thing where he breathes through his
Wait.
nose real slowly.
I'm
I'd better
cautious.
get back to work.
Let me see. I'd like to talk to you. See, wait. I'm curious. What do you see in
He
Sebastian?
doesn't talk much, but he's got this quiet intensity, you know? Like there's stuff going on inside his head that you have no idea about. Plus, he's got great legs. It's hard to find a man who doesn't skimp on lower body exercises.
You really want to be with someone you can't talk to? There are other fish in the sea.
Not in Stellar Bay. Everyone else who isn't taken either smells like salt tuna or they're my boss. Besides, a man with a good smile and a proportionate upper to lower body ratio isn't something to pass up.
Do you really want to be with someone you can't talk to?
You think that's what I'm looking for? You're funny. Sorry, sometimes I get carried away.
I'll talk to you later. We need to talk about the...
Have you talked to Sebastian yet?
Not yet.
What did he say?
Not yet. Cool your jets.
You know, sending you is the first bright idea I've seen from that man, because I told him to stop bothering me about it a week ago. I still don't know anything about it, but if you want to help him, Velma's the one to ask. She's in the warehouse. But
Okay.
I'll warn you, Grim wore her patience thin a long time ago.
Okay, thanks. Alright, so we're loading up stuff here. We got some stuff going on. Where's the Raptidon purveyor? He's around the corner here somewhere. So workbench there. Let's see. There's bad stuff going somewhere in the alleys. Oh, there's the Raptidon purveyor. Is this stuff steel? It is. Okay. Alright, let's go talk to this girl. Because we're going to need to get Fallbrook. Okay, this is where bad stuff's going on down here. We don't want to go in there. Alright, let's talk to this girl. She's going to need something from Fallbrook.
Oh, thank you for stopping. Everyone acts like nothing's wrong, like my little boy isn't at risk of being eaten by some vile creature. Please, you have to help me get my
Your
little
child
brother back.
is missing?
He ran away and is going to get himself killed.
Your child is missing?
No, a Raptidon is melting him with acid as we speak.
Where'd you last see him? calm down, take a deep breath, and tell me what happened. Your child is missing? Let's see.
Oh, I just knew you were a good person. Agnes, I said, this is the man to save your little Tucky. And I was right.
You little tucky.
He ran out into the wilderness a few days ago. I warned him about the raptidons, mantisaurs, and marauders with toxic sulfur pools and poisonous plants, but he didn't listen. Please, won't you go and find my boy?
So, mantisaurs is what I ran into, not mantiqueens. Mantiqueens are the mega monster, and the mantisaurs are the little monsters. I'll help you find your son. Did you say there was a reward involved with this request?
Well, I guess I can't ask you to leave the town walls for free. It is deathly dangerous out there. I got some bits saved up for a rainy day. I'll give you every last one if you just bring my Tucker back to me. I won't even be mad at him running off. You tell him I won't be mad.
Why would he run away? Let's ask that question.
He's been pining for an adventure. Says he's tired of living cooped up behind the walls. But he doesn't understand how dangerous it is out there. I warned him. A raptidon would snap him up first chance it got. I just know one's ripped his arm off and is gnawing on his sweet little fingers. Should have listened to his mama. I promised I'd keep him safe here with me.
Where would he have gone?
He's been listening to those awful broadcasts that the iconoclasts put out. I begged Sanjar to put a stop to them, but did he? No! And now I just know my boy's run off to Amber Heights. That is, if a mantiqueen hasn't spooled out and eaten his entrails for breakfast already.
Okay, so Amber Heights is different than Fallbrook. I thought it was the same place. Let's see. What about iconoclasts?
Those low-life degenerates, leading innocent boys into a life of danger. Oh, they make it sound so exciting. Like it's noble to risk it all out there, fighting for the greater good. How noble is it to worry your loved ones? Not at all, I say. But still they preach their sermons of anarchy and rebellion to anyone who'll listen. If they weren't holed up in Amber Heights, I'd knock them all upside the head.
Where is Amber Heights?
That old settlement, southwest of Stellar Bay. I don't know which is worse, the thought of my son shacking up with the nutty iconoclasts, or that he never made it. Sprats could be nesting in his rotting body alongside the road as we speak. Or maybe marauders got him, pulled all his teeth out, crushed him into their drugs and made him snort them. Oh, the things that could happen to my sweet baby.
All right, we'll look
Thank
for
you.
him.
Oh, I know he'll be safe now that someone's able to fetch him home. You look for him in Amber Heights, you hear? It's down the road southwest of town. I'm sure he made it that far. I just know it. And if you find any of them iconoclasts indoctrinating my boy, you punch them in the mouths. Tell them what I think of them luring little boys away from their mamas. It's immoral.
Okay. She just reminded me of something. In my inventory, here, we have these gold teeth. I think I have to turn those in to the gravedigger at Edgewater. I think. He'll give me a reward if I turn those in. I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure. Those gold teeth, there's something. That's why it's called quest items. Now, another thing I'm curious about is how the search for clues, how I got the to find the information guy. Forge seal, speak with Nikoa. Side quests, weapons from the void, a family affair. Let's see. Crimp tomorrow. Faction quest. Retrieve the missing passcode. And bolt with his name. Okay. And flowers for Sebastian. Yeah, the information director, whatever his name is. But that's not even a thing yet, so... Yeah, I don't know what happened there. Something in the dialogue happened there. Alright, so we got a bunch of things to do. We can do stuff here, but what I want to do is... So there's Fallbrook. Where's Fallbrook? I thought this was Fallbrook, but this must be... Let's see. Fallbrook. Maybe Fallbrook is over here. I don't think so. I think this is the only settlement right here. Okay, so now I'm confused, so... Definitely gonna have to... Unless this is Fallbrook over here. I don't know. We're gonna call it a video here, though. And then we'll figure out what we need to do. Outside world. On the outside world. Just for fun. I have a couple of ideas of what I want to do. So, if you're watching, thanks for watching. See ya.